Hello, it's Sharon here from Penguin Palace. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'll be introducing the Cinematic Shadowbox die and also the Mountain Landscape Scene Builder Dies Stencil Set. I'm going to show you the step-by-step on how to create this awesome wide-angle shadow box, which is 6.5 inches by 3 3/4 by 2 inches in depth. It is lots of fun to create and I'm sure you're going to love it. Here's a quick look at the Cinematic Shadowbox standalone die. I'll also be using a new stem set and coordinating dies from our new release, and this one is called Bound with Nature Canada. And here's the new Mountain Landscape Scene Builder Dies and Stencil Set. These are great for different card sizes, especially slimline cards, and you get a large stencil that measures 9.5 inches by 10 inches. Now let's take a closer look at the Cinematic Shadowbox die. The navy blue pieces that you see here make up the main structure of the shadow box. This will be the backbone of your box, and these two pieces are the sides of the box. Since this is quite a wide shadow box, this piece here will act as an extra support that will be positioned at the midspan of the box. Then you get this die here that will cut out the front of the box, and this die here will cut out the insert tab pieces. This die set also comes with these panels with the dotted borders so that you can decorate the outside edges and the front of the box, while this rectangle die here will decorate the backbone piece, and it also has the nice dotted border details. So to assemble this box, we take the side panel and fold along the tallest embossed line that the die is created for you. You'll also notice that there are 4 shorter embossed lines on your side panels. Please note that you do not need to fold these lines, as they are just there to guide you where to place your insert tabs later on, so that you can place them in the perfect placements. So here I've cut out 4 insert tabs pieces, and I'm just going to fold along the embossed line that the die is created. And same for the front panel, I'm just going to fold along the embossed lines. So I'm just starting with my side panel, run some tape on its tab, butt it up against the back panel and adhering the tab. And I'll do the same on the other side. Then I'll take my front panel, run some tape runner on the tab, and stick it on onto my side panel. And then I'm taking each of the insert tabs, running tapes on the tabs, and sticking them one by one onto the side panels. To do that, I'll be making reference to the 4 embossed lines that we talked about earlier. You'll notice that these embossed lines have the exact same height as the height of the insert tabs. Following these guidelines, you'll end up having the exact same spacing between each of your insert tabs. And now it would be the time to put in the decorative panel onto your back panel. And now I'm putting tape on the support piece and just eyeballing it and placing it in the center of my card. This will act as the support to the long pieces of insert tabs so that they'll be nice and sturdy when you add your images. You'll notice there are 4 slots in the support piece. You simply slide in 1 insert tab into each of the slots. Then you lay flat your card and run some tape over the tab of the support piece. Now you're going to fold the left side over, picking up the adhesive on the support piece. And now I'm just running tape over the rest of the tabs. And I'll fold the right hand side over, picking up the adhesive on these tabs. And that will form the structure of your awesome 3D cinematic shadow box. You just fold it both ways so you'll know when the recipient opens it, it's going to move really well. Then I stamped out a bunch of images using the Bond with Nature Canada stamp set. I colored them using Copics and die cut them using the coordinating dies. For the background of my card, I'll be using the Mountain Landscape Scene Builder set. You get the big and small mountains with the straight edges, the 9-inch long die that cuts out a series of hills, and you also get 2 different slopes which you can overlay and create beautiful landscape scenes from. Not only you'll get the nice stitched details on your mountains, but you'll also be able to add beautiful details to these cutouts by using the stencil that comes with the set, which I'll show you in just a second. You'll see that there are slits on the stencil, and these are going to allow you to add highlights on your grassy hilltops, or you can make your scene a winter scene by adding snowy details on the mountaintops. So these slits here are designed as a perfect fit to the hills that you die cut using one of those dies. So one by one, I'm just pushing down the slit to form an opening and sliding my die cut piece into the slits. And now I'm just taking some Distress Oxide. I'm using Lucky Clover to add some highlights to my hills. And as I remove my stencil, you'll see these gorgeous highlights created at the top of the hills. It takes very little time and it's just super easy to do. So I'm going to clean off my stencil and use the second set of slits to do some different highlights. But this time I'll be blending white pigment inks as snow for my mountains. You get these snowy mountains that looks really cute. You might have tried using die cuts to cut out the snowy tops, but using stencil is a great alternative and it's a lot faster that will get you a similar result. You could even do heat embossing or use glitter gel with this stencil. I'm now going to show you another trick that this stencil can do. I'm running some tape on this mountain that I've cut out and just sticking it onto my craft mat. Using the side edges of my stencil, I'm just blending Distress Oxide inks onto the piece, just simply adding some highlights to create the look of a rocky mountain. I'm just adding layers as I go and mixing colors and using different parts of the edges to give me different silhouettes. There are a lot of ways you can do this. It's not difficult at all. You also get better as you practice. As you can see, this Dies and Stencil set is really versatile. Not only you can die cut different landscapes for your scenes, the stencil enables you to add details to the die cut pieces using very simple blending techniques. To finish off my shadow box card, I adhered the Rocky Mountains at the very back. I then gathered the other images onto the 4 insert tabs. And now I'm adding the decorative panels and also stamped out a sentiment from the same stamp set onto the front panel. The great thing about this shadow box is that it lays flat for mailing and it fits into a slimline envelope. So with this wide shadow box die, you now have a lot more space to create much bigger scenes than before. And with the card measuring 2 inches in depth, you can fit up to 4 layers of insert tabs, and therefore giving you many layers to play with and endless possibilities. And best of all, it fits into a slimline envelope for mailing. I hope you enjoyed today's inspiration. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you in my next video.